Hello there, fellow space captains. It's Connor here, and I'm going to be answering the question that has been asked, or has been asked quite a lot lately, and it's in regards to what do I prefer and which is better, Dreadnought or Fractured Space? And it's a very, very simple answer, an answer you probably won't expect. They're both awesome. They're both the best because they're nothing alike. In their respective fields and genres, they are the best because currently they are the only things there. Whereas Dreadnought is quite arcadey, and I use arcadey very loosely because, well, Fractured Space is quite loosely arcadey as well, I suppose. Um, Dreadnought is a lot more simple than Fractured Space, and Fractured Space has a higher emphasis on teamwork and strategy, whereas in Dreadnought you just derp around and you can become the victor because derping. It's awesome. So throughout this video I'm just going to be talking and rambling a bit about what is good in both and what is bad in both. So we'll start off with Dreadnought, seeing how I'm playing a battle here, which is live, so I might start rambling because, well, I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on, which is kind of not a good thing, honestly. But yeah, just the way things have to be. So, Dreadnought. Visually, it's absolutely gorgeous. It uses the Unreal 4 engine as well, which Fractured Space also uses, by the way. The customization is amazing, both in visual and loadout. So you can have a ship that's entirely different than another Dreadnought, so that's pretty cool. A destroyer that's entirely different than another destroyer. A destroyer that's focused on heavy melee ramming, or a destroyer that's focused on ranged combat. You can have whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. The maps, honestly, I don't really like this map so much. I do like the Kappa base on the other one. Not really sure what it's called. I kind of forget. Shame on me. They're really not that memorable, honestly. But I do like them. They are pretty cool. I do wish there was a space map that just was kind of a normal asteroid field. I would think that would be pretty cool. Did we get him? No, we didn't. Oh, shame. Is that an enemy Monarch there? Dreadnought, I think it is, you know. Oh, I've seen a lot of these guys around lately. People have finally reached 25. Nah, well, it won't be cool anymore when I finally get there. So that's really all that's good about Dreadnought. You know, actually, I tell a lie. The matchmaking is pretty good. It gets you into the game reasonably fast. What's also good is the sound effects. I mean, that's something that's really overlooked in games, I feel. Everyone's always on about the graphics and how visually appealing something is. Sound design is just as big a deal for me anyway. Maybe not you guys, but for me it's a pretty big deal. Immersion, more than anything, is dependent on the audio for me, and this game is awesome. Your crew talk to you quite a lot, tell you what's going on, situation reports and all that nonsense, as well as just the sound effects of the guns. I mean, switching from the heavy plasma turrets to flak, sounds like flak. Pretty cool. I need to get out of here. I'm taking heavy fire from all sides, which ain't good. I mean, I did get a Vanguard ribbon, which is awesome. More XP. More goodness. So I'm going to launch a nuke here and watch the nuke. This is also something I wish to mention about Dreadnought. Look at the visuals here. Look at the little missiles leaving the silos here. The nuke just was launched into the guy there, well, into space, and it goes down and makes a big boom. So visually, the game's gorgeous. Sound effects wise, the game sounds brilliant and gorgeous as well. It sounds brutal. It sounds like it packs a punch. But then again, so does Fractured Space. Fractured Space, people have said that Dreadnought's better looking. No, I just believe they're different visual styles. Fractured Space goes for the more realistic approach, whereas, well, Dreadnought's more, you know, I wouldn't say cartoony, but more animated is what I feel is, well, a decent way to explain and try to describe how Dreadnought looks. And some of the ships look dopey as all hell, like the destroyer here. It looks ridiculous, it really does. Back into the fight. But I mean, they still look pretty cool. They look ridiculous and very impractical, but they still look cool. They look like they're out of an anime or something, or you know, cheap sci-fi movie. But that's not a bad thing because usually the ships look awesome. It's just the acting or whatever else is pretty out of whack. Fractured Space. Obviously, if you played it, it goes for the more realistic approach. The actual ESR ships do actually look like something NASA would come up with. They really, really do. Both teams do an amazing job at visual design. They really do. Also, Fractured Space, some of the actual visual explosions, weapon effects look absolutely amazing. And the sound effects as well are gorgeous in Fractured Space, more so than actually Dreadnought, I would say. I really, really do appreciate all the work the sound design team over at HKS do. But yeah, let's get on with what's good about both. I'll get on to Dreadnought again. Actually, I can't really think of anything else. The matchmaking's good. It gets you a game pretty quickly, which is nice. Honestly, it's not an issue, really. I can't really say that's good about Fractured or Dreadnought, and it's not good about Fractured Space. Dreadnought has a larger community, so obviously it's going to find games faster. I just wish Fractured Space had a bit of a larger community, but now that Dreadnought's out, maybe people will, you know, try to get into a game that's a little bit more tactical and requires a little bit more thinking and teamwork, which is Fractured Space all over. Which is a good thing about Fractured Space. It requires teamwork a lot more than Dreadnought. Dreadnought kind of, if you want to go lone wolf, there's a ship dedicated for that, and it's called the Corvette. Rack this guy. There we go, he's down. Now there are bugs with both games, which is a big negative. More so I've discovered with this game. From the store, there's some items in the store I can't buy, like anti-missile laser defense system for this thing. It just won't let me unlock it. I can unlock other things, I just can't unlock it for some reason. It just won't allow me to buy it. Also, some visual bugs. I have to keep resetting the graphics every time I log on, otherwise it'll look like shit. I think that may be fixed simply by me reinstalling the game completely with a new launcher and everything else. I don't know. We'll have to try it, see if it works. If it works, yay. If it doesn't, then meh. Fractured Space. It has an issue with the matchmaking where it will find you a game, but then it will say game error after about 10 minutes sitting waiting on a game. So there's that problem, but I don't really blame Fractured Space for not having the community. I mean, it's an awesome game, and it really is baffling me why it doesn't have as large a community. I mean, I don't think they're advertising that well, honestly, compared to Dreadnought. Dreadnought, I mean, it's even got a slogan, size matters, which is pretty cool. Because they're capital ships, of course size matters, the bigger one's going to win. You send a Super Star Destroyer, let's say you send the Executor against, I don't know, the Pillar of Autumn, which one's going to win? It's going to be the Super Star Destroyer, just because of sheer overwhelming firepower and size. Now, the downsides to both games. Dreadnought, you can see there, not a single person has typed anything yet or even tried to chat. It's very unsocial. It really does promote lone wolf play. Although maybe you won't see it because players sometimes don't really know what they're doing. Well, a lot of the times, let's be honest. But if you really do want to go lone wolf, as I said earlier, you can go Corvette and you can do whatever you want. Dreadnought is wrecking me, but I want it so much. Damn you, Monarch. Why am I so jelly right now? It's definitely a more simple game than Fractured Space, and that is, and isn't really a downside for me. It's a downside in the fact that I do enjoy teamwork. Even with complete strangers, I really do enjoy it. So that's a big downer for me. You also can't strafe in Dreadnought, which is a massive, massive downside. I mean, come on. The spacecraft. you should be able to strafe. You're in space, for fact's sake. You're not flying a plane, where strafing really isn't an issue unless you're in, like, I don't know, a Harrier jet or something, or a helicopter, I don't know. But it's important. There are times whenever just simply strafing could have saved my ship and my crew, and the lives of many, many civilians who are waiting on their fathers, mothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, brothers, sisters, cousins coming back from war, just because the ships can't strafe. The navigation officer doesn't know how to strafe. I joke about it a lot, but it's really an issue. It really is. I don't understand why Greybox haven't allowed you to strafe. And the only thing I can think of is it's somehow is a detriment to console players, because it's obvious this game's going to go to consoles. It's just that type of game. Full broadside, Commander. Unleash hell. Oh yeah, it was a big bang. Big bang, but you're not going to hear any shitty nerdy jokes that Chuck Lorre or Chuck Lore or whatever his name is thinks funny, because reference, nerdy reference, pop culture reference. But it's not all down to Dreadnought being a bit meh. There are problems with Fractured Space. The dev team, although the guys at HKS are awesome, they seem to be putting too much attention into matchmaking right now, whenever honestly the game hasn't got that larger community. So I wouldn't worry about that as of yet. I would worry more about getting maps in, getting, you know, ships in, making the game overall more enjoyable. So that more players will join, at which point matchmaking becomes more important. The biggest problem currently with Fractured Space is the fact that people DC and you can't replace that player. So you're left with 4v5, 3v5, you know, that type of thing, which is really annoying, and it is honestly ruining my experiences with the game and how I feel about it lately. I know, first world problems, but still, it's a game that I've spent more time in lately than any other game in the past 10 years. And there's a reason for that. It's an amazing game. It has so much potential. It's still in alpha, it's still in early access, and yet it's so good right now. Every ship in Fractured Space feels unique. And that's saying something about having whatever amount of ships in the game. In Dreadnought, you have 3 destroyers, 3 corvettes, 3 tactical cruisers, 3 snipers, 3 did I say destroyers or dreadnoughts? Well, you have 3 of whatever class of ships are in the game, which you can pretty much customize them to be all identical. So customization in this game is a big part of it, but honestly, the templates you get are pretty similar overall. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, aren't I? Yeah, thought so. He got killed anyway, so that's gonna be another loss for me. So when people ask me which is better, I can't say either one, honestly. Competitively, Fractured Space is better. If you want to just chill out and kill about 15 minutes, Dreadnought's better. If you want to customize your ships in either their loadout or actually visually, aesthetically, then Dreadnought. If you want to play a game where each ship in the game is unique and you have to get to learn them, to counter them, and become a better player, Fractured Space. If you just want to dirt about in a big spaceship, both of them. Honestly, they're both just amazing games. And I'm sad that they don't have larger communities. I really am. That's the only reason I really make videos. And ignore that. Somebody messaged me on Skype. Sorry about that. But yes, they're both different. They look very similar, but trust me, whenever you get down to it, the nitty gritty, they're both very, very different games entirely. I mean, just look at this. Look at this Corvette. It looks gorgeous. I mean, originally, it looked like... should have set myself to do not disturb. Now I've lost my train of thought. Great. This ship looks awesome. So here's what it looked like originally. See this one here? It's all smooth and curved. And I don't like that type of look. I like the clunky, jagged edges kind of look. Oh, it just looks so cool. I mean, this ship just looks gorgeous now. I love it. customization available here is crazy. I mean, look at the visually, that ship looked like this one. It was a lot more smoothed out as well. I customized it to look like this, and here's my loadout. So, you know, your main armament here are your main batteries or whatever. You can't change them, but your secondary batteries, I have flag turrets, but I can change them out for repeater guns. Whenever I get to level 37 or rank 37, I can change them out for heavy mortar turrets if I so wish it. My modules here, I can get nuclear missiles, you know, or if I don't want a nuclear missile, then I can get fighters, deploy them, plasma broadsides. There's so many possibilities. If I don't want the vulture missiles, I can go for slug torpedoes, light torpedoes, flechette missiles. If I don't want heavy autoguns, I can go for anti-missile laser. Well, I can't because for some reason it won't let me buy them no matter what I do. But if I don't want the heavy autoguns, I can go for a tractor beam. Later down the line, I can go for an armor booster pulse. If I don't want the damage amplifier, I can go for a warp jump, armor amplifier, afterburner. And here are my officer briefings, which are like passives. Be healed. You get healed, then you gain energy. It's pretty cool. The customization is amazing in this game. It's a little bare bones at the moment in Fractured Space, but I trust that it's going to get to a place and a spot where it probably will even compete with this. I mean, there's already customization available for your loadout in Fractured Space. Maybe not as in depth, but it's definitely there, and it's enjoyable to work on different loadouts, test them out, see how things work. So both games are good in their own right. Dreadnought really just needs strafe. It really does. I mean, come on. Come on, Greybox. What the fuck? I'm really confused. Everybody's confused. Why is there no strafe? Whenever a Fractured Space player, or any, you know, space player, 4X, Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, Freelancer, other space games come over to play this, Star Conflict, for example, as well, they're like, what the fuck? Why is there no strafe? It's actually baffling to us. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean, I just rambled on there, but I hope this answers some questions. I mean, just pick through it and see if anything has been answered there. Honestly, I do enjoy both games. There are things I'd like to change about both of them, but overall, I'm happy enough with the end product. And you know what? They're both still not fully released, which is awesome. And they're just this enjoyable. It just boggles the mind. The amount of opportunities there, the amount of just potential. It's awesome. And I'm so glad in this day and age we're getting the games that we've always wanted, that I have always wanted, that you guys at home have always wanted. It's just so fucking cool. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to ramble on any longer than I have to. And if I have to ramble on, then I'll ramble on. But I don't want to. So, yes. Thank you all very much for watching. And make sure to put your opinion down below. If you'd like to ask me anything, you can also put it down below. I will always reply. So, yep, with all that said, I will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.